the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Spurs.
Quick throw here caught by Gabriel. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Cut.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins, he completes it to Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and he whips that one incomplete there. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by 1 play, but they've definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
But he's got it to Hearns. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
From the 38, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing. It's caught inside the 25.
Let's go.
It's a big play there for the Browns. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. This is caught by Hearns. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rodgers going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. T.J. Watt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Complete, he finds Bray. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Chargers now on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Cameron Brate, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Haskins. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field. Because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
They go play action now. Haskins. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his second drop right here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say only in the 1st quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. But look now at the defensive starters for Cleveland. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And I've loved watching this unit on tape because throughout this season, I've seen them do all the right things. They're about as talented a group as I've seen, and they know how to stop the run.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It's dropped by his tight end, Charles Clay, but it's going to be 2nd down. Running is Clement. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's Clement back to the running game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. as his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. A big play there. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me.
Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. It's dropped by his tight end, Charles Clay, but it'll be second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Now Haskins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Haskins will throw. Dumps off to Powell. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Haskins. Well, that's complete to Sanders. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run right here with Clement. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy. He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him? Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable. Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Switch.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Jones has it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A carry for Clement. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Haskins to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Haskins handing 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Odds, he was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. But now it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A 54-yard attempt.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Hearns brings it in. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hearns that time. And now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's got it to Hearns. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down, it's Hunt. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A very solid gain of 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Kyle Van Noy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On 2nd down, Clement. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. Stocker's got it, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Open man is Kirk, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Complete. He finds Brain. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the carry, here's Clement. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On 2nd and 9, Haskins, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers completes it to Hearns. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and he slings one that's incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Haskins on first down. This complete to the tight end Clay. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Haskins. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Haskins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Clement. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Haskins. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Step, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Dwayne Haskins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Boyd has it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. And again, it's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Rodgers going to throw again. Hearns brings it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Rodgers again now. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
He's not going to get me.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down 21-17. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. That's complete right around the 8. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cameron Brate with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Crosby connects on the extra point, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now it's the Ravens' turn, trailing by a field goal. 70 seconds remaining. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open is Powell, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Back to throw. Complete to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Haskins to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying for his running back, Bilal Powell. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Cleveland, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.